Brother, welcome back. If you're new here, my name's Will. I'm a 22-year-old entrepreneur from the northeast of England, and for the past year and a half, I've been traveling around the world, visiting various different countries whilst building my business. My business is called Willionaire. It's a community for entrepreneurs making over 10k per month. We help each other scale, build solid brotherhoods, and also host some sick events. We also have a community for the guys scaling to 10k per month as well. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about how to be abundant as fuck. In the past year and a half of building the business and traveling the world, there has been many ups and downs, to say the least. But one lesson that I've learned, which has stood out, is to be abundant. And I'm going to go into some definitions of them now. So we've got abundance and we've got scarcity. To be abundant is to act and breathe as if everything you could ever desire is on its way. It's in the mail. Time just hasn't caught up yet. That penthouse, that Ferrari, whatever sort of car you want, that wife and the loving family around you, it's on its way. You just need to do the steps to get it. Scarcity is acting as if everything that you have now is all that you have got. And this is a very dangerous place to be in. I've been in both. I've lived in a scarcity mindset and I've also lived with the abundance mindset. And I would pick this one every single time. Now, this really came into fruition in my life when I was in Cambodia. So just before I went to Cambodia, I'd been in Thailand for about 2 to 3 months and money wasn't good. I was running out. In fact, I had none. And then I made my first, say, $500 online. And then very, very quickly, things took a turn for the worse. I was on my scooter driving to the gym, just like I would do every single day. And then on this particular morning, my phone fell out of my pocket and the car behind me drove over it. Completely brown bread. It was smashed. There was SD cards, flux capacitors, screens, cameras all over the world. It was completely broken. There was no saving it. And I thought, you know what? It's fine. Fuck it. It is what it is. I can fix this. No problem at all. I had $500 in my bank. So I thought I can use that, get a new phone. I know how to make money now. We're going to be okay. So I went to the ATM, and when I got to the ATM, I put my card in and it swallowed my card. So I then had no phone and no bank card with no cash. So I was cream crackered. And when I was in Cambodia, I stayed with this lovely family here. It was like a guest stay or something. And I lived in their top floor of their house and they fed me really well. They really looked after me. But most of the time I was living off Coca-Cola Zero and bananas because I got that for free. And that's the only thing I could afford because I had no cash to buy anything with. And this gentleman here, he lent me this bike, this yellow bike. He said he used to drive to it, or ride it to go to university every single day. And if you look closely enough, it doesn't have any gears and it doesn't have any brakes. So I was using this bike to get into the town, the centre, which is like an hour's bike ride away every single day, just so I could see some shit, just so I could do some touristy things. And I literally had no dollars and I had no phone. It was an awkward situation, but I understood that this was only temporary. And I knew I was the person that was going to make a change, and I knew I was that person that would never ever be in this situation again. I knew I was this person who would make more money. Again, time just hasn't caught up yet. So in here, I'm going to go over the 4 principles of abundance. So first of all, abundance starts with perspective. Stability is an illusion, and I've made a whole complete video on this. You can check my channel, and it is this thumbnail. So when you're in a scarcity mindset, when you're living out of scarcity, you focus on the lack. You focus on the things that you don't have. Dollars, phones. You focus on the things that you don't have. Whereas in abundance, you focus on the opportunities. You focus on how to get the things that you don't have. How can you be the person who attracts those things? How can you be the person that operates in such a way that then gets those things? How do you be a business owner who makes money online? How do you become a business owner that makes more money online? How do you become a business owner that goes from 10k a month to 30k a month? How do you go from being in good shape to phenomenal shape? So you focus on the opportunity. You focus on how to get there. And one thing that works really well for me is gratitude. I look at my life and my life's amazing. I'm young, I'm 22 years old, I'm healthy, I'm in incredible shape, I've got a 6-pack, I can run a 5-kilometer run under 20 minutes, I can do ultra marathons, I'm a capable kickboxing fighter. Life's good. I make tens of thousands of pounds per month online from my laptop, from my phone, from this iPad. I've got the best friends around me who support me, who push me, who hold me accountable and take me to the next level. I've got a beautiful, loving family at home. I can't complain. My life is amazing. So I show gratitude for this all the time. I write about how grateful I am about my life, but I'm also writing about the places I want to go and how the gratitude I show is going to help me get there. The second thing is reframing. It's all right, you might not have this now, but how are you going to get it? Time just hasn't caught up yet. Reframe the situation into a positive, because there's no point compounding negative experiences when you can turn them into positive experiences and compound them instead. And last, we've got leverage. You want to leverage the shit out of the pain. Like, trust me, you want to leverage the perspective you see the world. You want to understand that it is temporary, and you want to understand that your goals are within reach, and allow the pain of you not hitting them already to push you to the next level. And principle number 2 is environment creates abundance. This is so crucial. And before I get into the first point, I want to take us over here. When you're around the right people, it expands your consciousness, it expands your personality, your characteristics, it makes you better, it forces you to fly up the algorithm of life. I know for a fact, since I've been spending time with other entrepreneurs who are in good shape, who are building businesses, who are absolutely crushing every aspect of life, it's in turn increased mine, it's made mine better. So this is a fundamental if we want to get better at business and want to get better at life. You can see this is me here, circle my head. This was at the York dinner a couple of weeks back now. We had 16 entrepreneurs there. It was absolutely phenomenal. Everyone sharing insights, everyone sharing advice, and paradigms were getting shifted. It was crazy. And here's another picture there. It was insane. And we're doing this on a monthly basis now. These people are my environment. These people are the people I'm surrounded with. We exchange ideas. We talk on the phone. We talk on text. We have meetings on the laptop. These are the people who are in my environment. They have a direct influence on me as a person and my life. So it's really important that yours is just as good as mine. And then they make you think bigger. When you see other people absolutely crushing it, it just makes you want to crush it as well. And whilst I'm on the subject of this, one of my friends, one of the guys in William in my network, on the day that this picture was took, which was some point probably around March or let's say April 2024, we were sat at this W hotel because that's kind of like my brand. It looks good. My name's Will. It looks pretty cool. He told me one bit of advice he would give me is don't be gay with money, bro. And I was like, what on earth does this mean? He was like, don't know. Just don't be gay with money. I was like, all right, whatever that means. And what he really meant was live in an abundance. Live as if you're going to get more money. Live as if money is just a value exchange for food, for experiences, for memories, for connections. And once I adopted this, my life changed. So Tom, thanks for that, brother. And then principle number 3 is authenticity. Be the most you can be. Be unapologetically yourself. And this also comes down to the people you're around. You need to be yourself around the people that you're around. If not, you need to fuck that and get new friends. If you're not yourself around those people, then you are doing yourself an incredible disjustice. The highest level of frequency is not love, it's authenticity. So if you can simply just be yourself, your life and your quality of life and your potential of your life is just going to increase by vast amounts. And here's me. This is at one of our events we did. This is my good friend Naz. And look at that smile on my face. I'm just myself and I'm happy because I can be myself without any judgment. And I can live my life without worry because I know that I'm enough. I know that I am who I say I am. I'm abundant. I'm authentic. Yeah, there's me and Naz again. Me and Naz love to have a little scrap. We love to spar. He's a big Ukrainian fella. Look at the shape of him. And I like it too. And when you're authentic and when you don't need to put up a facade and you can just be yourself, money flows. And here's an example of that. This is my boy Daniel. He joined Willionaire last night. And here we have the Ascent community and we have the Elite community. When I sell Willionaire, when people jump on calls with me, I'm just authentic. I don't pretend to be someone I'm not. I don't try to hard close people. I'm just 100% authentic, transparent, and just want to get to know the person. Because I'm very careful with who I let into Willionaire. So it's much more easy for me just to have a nice conversation with that person. rather than trying to handle so many objections. And that's when it works the most. Daniel said, I appreciate you just being cool and transparent, not trying to shove it down my throat. And that is the exact reason he joined. And when we get Elite boys joining, that's when we get big paydays. Even the Ascend boys, it's a nice little chunk of money. And that is literally just how you gotta be. And it is Saturday, the 2nd of August right now, you can see the date up there, and we've already collected like 2,350 USD. Not too bad. This is more than I used to make in the UK in a 9 to 5 job working 40 hours a week. It's not too bad. Principle number 4 is risk. As young men, we need to be taking risk. Success without risk is like triumph without glory. This quote I heard quite some time ago now, and it's always stayed in my head. Book that flight, bro. Get outside your comfort zone. Do something that doesn't feel easy to do. Put yourself in an environment where you have to grow, where you have to feel the abundance of your life. And one thing I've noticed is when I've been in different places across the world, especially like Vietnam and Thailand and Cambodia, I've noticed that we have it pretty well off. We are very wealthy, us young entrepreneurs, compared to a lot of the situations I've seen across Southeast Asia. And the beautiful thing about risk, it humbles you. It brings you back down to earth. It makes you feel human because you have nerves, you have anxiety, you feel a little bit apprehensive. But then that gives you the perfect opportunity to then reframe and then think of abundance. Because at the end of the day, when you take risks, they're far more likely to be conceived as a good outcome if you remain in an abundant mindset. Brother, that's all for me. If you enjoyed this type of video, then please do drop a like and a subscribe. It means a lot, man. And if you're an entrepreneur making over 10k a month, or you're an entrepreneur scaling towards 10k a month, I've got the 2 communities for you. So feel free, book a call in the link below. And yeah, I'd love to have a chat. Speak soon. Bye-bye.